Hi, precious heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. Today, our Father, Mother, God, and the company of heaven are asking you personally to go within to the divinity of your heart flame and to listen to this sharing through the flame of illumined truth in the very depths of your inner knowing. This information is being addressed to you specifically. We have never had a request like this before from on high, which indicates the importance of this message regarding your presence on earth during this cosmic moment. This sharing has been magnetized into your sphere of awareness by your I Am presence because of who you are and the divine mission you willingly volunteered to participate in many lifetimes ago. The events that have taken place since the birth of this decade in 2020 have successfully prepared Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her for the divine mission you have personally been training to accomplish for lifetimes. For greater clarity, the company of heaven has asked me to share a little about the background of our organization, Era of Peace, as well as the information we were given about the sons and daughters of God who would be drawn to the information being revealed through Era of Peace by the company of heaven. In the 1960s, in the midst of the various upheavals taking place around the world, the company of heaven said it was time to expand the information to the rest of the world that they had been revealing esoterically to a relatively small portion of humanity through the various mystery schools. They said it was time for this sacred knowledge from the realms of illumined truth to now be tangibly available exoterically to the masses of humanity. The beings of light said this information would be revealed in waves as awakening humanity comprehended it and passed it on to the masses through the various ways and methods of teaching they would be inspired to initiate. I was asked at that time if I would be willing to transcribe the information the company of heaven was sharing with me and to make it available without exception to anyone who might be interested. In deep humility and infinite gratitude, I accepted that opportunity. The beings of light said the information I would be sharing through Era of Peace would never be considered mainstream. They said the people who would be drawn to Era of Peace would be awakened teachers who had volunteered to bring this sacred knowledge to the masses of humanity through myriad avenues that they would co-create through the unified efforts of heaven and earth. I was told that as soon as the information I was sharing reached enough of the awakened teachers, the next wave of sacred knowledge would be revealed as I stretched my consciousness into the highest possible realms of illumined truth. This is exactly how Era of Peace has evolved in perfect divine order for the past 55 years. In all of that time, no one has been drawn to the information being shared through Era of Peace by accident. The beings of light have confirmed that whether you have connected with this information through our website, newsletters, classes, free seminars, radio shows, weekly vlogs, social media, YouTube presentations, global meditations, online interviews, webinars, our World Congress on Illumination, or the books, tapes, CDs, and videos. You are one of the awakened teachers. You are one of the people our Father, Mother God have confirmed has volunteered to bring the information from the highest realms of illumined truth to the masses of humanity. This is true whether you have been receiving these sharings from on high since the 1960s, or you are watching this vlog and connecting with this information for the very first time today. It matters not. The reason the Company of Heaven is specifically reminding you of this profound truth today is because of the quantum shift that has now taken place throughout the whole of creation since the birth of 2022. Mother Earth has ascended into higher celestial and cosmic coordinates than she has ever experienced. This planet and all life evolving upon her are now able to receive higher light codes from the portals of the suns in Earth's lineage than we have ever been able to safely assimilate. These new solar light codes are pulsating with sacred knowledge from the highest realms of illumined truth, which transcend anything we have ever known or even had the awareness to contemplate. These solar light codes reverberate with the life-transforming information and the patterns of perfection contained in the new contingency plan, now being revealed to humanity through the fifth dimensional record keeper crystals recently placed in Mother Earth's crystal grid system by the mighty Elohim. These record keeper crystals are identical to and serve the same purpose in the body of Mother Earth as the newly activated fifth dimensional RNA and DNA structures in our own earthly bodies. The great amplification of light we are experiencing through the universal quantum shift that has now taken place through all creation is allowing our I Am presence to recalibrate the right and left hemispheres of our brain. This, in turn, is allowing our I Am presence and our body elemental to raise the capacity of our spiritual brain centers to receive higher frequencies of sacred knowledge. These centers consist of our pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus glands, as well as the ganglionic centers at the base of our brain. As these spiritual centers within our brain are raised in frequency, we will be able to clearly interpret the sacred knowledge we are receiving from the new solar light codes. Scientists used to think of our DNA as being stagnant and fixed in a particular pattern. Now we know that our DNA is a shimmering waveform configuration that is being modified by God's light, solar radiation, magnetic fields, sonic impulses, thought forms, and emotions associated with the newly encoded archetypes and the divine matrix for our fifth dimensional crystalline solar light bodies and the new earth. The Company of Heaven is revealing to us today that the universal quantum shift that has now taken place within every person on earth has exponentially expanded the divine alchemy taking place within humanity's fifth dimensional RNA and DNA structures. The beings of light said this is particularly significant information for you, since you are one of the awakened teachers who have volunteered to bring this sacred knowledge to the masses of humanity. Today, the company of heaven wants you to know that as one of the awakened teachers, you are already in the midst of co-creating the next phase of Mother Earth's greatly accelerated ascension process. You may be well aware of this. However, even if you are oblivious of this truth, and you may even feel totally unprepared to fulfill this facet of your divine mission, that concern is strictly a fear-based illusion. You are in your right and perfect place. And whatever you are doing in your life, right here and right now, is providing the perfect opportunity for you to reach into a higher level of sacred knowledge in the realms of illumined truth. You have been fully prepared to perceive every single thing you encounter in the outer world through the eyes of illumined truth. This means that you are able to instantaneously discern whether the person, place, condition, or thing manifesting before you is based in fear or based in love. Those are the only two evaluations you need to make. If whatever you encounter is based in fear, the sacred knowledge being revealed through Mother Earth's new contingency plan and the new solar light codes will give you the answers and the viable solutions you need to assist that person, place, condition, or thing to transfigure that manifestation into the heart-based patterns of perfection associated with the new earth. Know that the sacred knowledge from on high and the viable solutions from the realms of illumined truth will always reflect oneness, comprehensive divine love, and reverence for all life. All you have to do is ask your I Am presence and the beings of light in the realms of illumined truth to guide you. Then pay attention and listen to that intuitive inner guidance. You are powerful beyond your knowing. Remember, the light of God is always victorious, and you are that light. God bless you, dear heart. I look forward to being with you next week.